Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In the last demo we have discussed about how we can add Swagger UI to our ASP.NET Core Web API application to get more idea about our application. So now in this demo we are going to add XML comments to our Swagger UI. So if you look at our existing endpoints, you can see it's give the endpoints URL parameters, so no parameters given. So you can see the request body responses, and it's only give the right path. So for an example, it gives if the response is 200, the description is success. So what will happen if you give wrong credential? What will be the output? We don't know. So these details we are going to give to the tester by adding XML comments to our endpoints. Okay, let's see how we can do that. For that, first of we need to stop our application. So in last demo we have seen how to add the Swagger gen, and with some options we gave some details about our all endpoints. Along with that, what we are going to do is we are going to enable some 2 lines of code to tell our application to add XML comments. So what does it means? So create a variable called XML path. There we need to instruct the application. So from application base directory, get this XML file. So that will be used to include our XML comments. Okay. So we have already had one option regarding the description about our endpoints. Second description for adding, second option for adding the XML. Now let's see, run the application and see. Okay, what? So now we have added this, and let's add some summary to our endpoint and see. Okay, I already write some summary that I will include here because I'm very lazy to type this kind of stuff. Okay, let's see how. So this is the purpose of this. A person going to test our application or endpoint will get some idea about the endpoint. So now I have added a summary that get an authentication token to use for calling the endpoints. We know that our authentication endpoint will use to get a token. That token will be used for other endpoint to give access. Okay, so this small description give us clear idea about this particular endpoint. So okay, so that is this description. So this overall requirement is give an idea to the person who are going to test this application from in perspective of the Swagger UI. Let's see the output. Okay, I may expect an error. Okay, now we are getting an error. What does it means? So we told our project, let's stop it, that I have added a summary regarding my endpoints, and we are telling the Program.cs I will add some comments to each of my endpoints. So you use the base directory XML path to include that XML comments. Okay, but we haven't enabled documentation option in our application. That means in our project. Let's see. If you see our event scheduler properties, event scheduler project property, our project, that particular project, where we enabling the comments. Okay, there you need to go and see the debug and release. Make sure you are not enabling this option, because this will create documentation for the release, but we don't need to do that. So we just want this documentation for development and testing perspective, that means internal use. So here we need to check this box, right? Generate documentation file. This is the default path, no need to change this. So it will use the default path. If you change anything in this path, You have to change that accordingly here as well, but keep the default, that's enough. Okay, now we told this application, particularly our project, that we are going to, yeah, please allow to document our XML details in our UI. Okay, so now we have enabled documentation in the project setting, and make sure that if you are a user from Windows or other platform, and if you are using Visual Studio, you have to do this configuration by selecting your project, so event scheduler or any project that you are working, and go to the properties. Under the build section, you will have option called output. There you can see this documentation option. You need to check that box to enable the documentation and select the default path, same way what we did here. Okay, now our application in running, up and running. So you may see that the comments that we have added, the get an authentication token to use for calling the endpoints. So you can see that description. So a person who working on these endpoints will get to know, oh yeah, okay, this endpoints for this purpose. Okay, and it's not enough, we are going to give more idea. Okay, now a person who understood that, yes, these endpoints going to use for get token. What are the request body, what we can expect, what are the expected output, including token, but other inputs, other output we can expect, and sample username and password. So internal testing purpose, if you add this that also, then person without depending on yourself, they can simply uh, test the application. Okay, now stop it. We'll add some more idea, more details to documentation. I'm going to add some remarks regarding sample request and the response. So a person who working can get to know, yeah, this is the sample request, so we should add the username and password, and we can expect the response token and expiration time. That means we include the date, okay, date and time. So it gives more idea about our endpoint. See the output now. Okay. Okay, so now it gives more idea. Okay, it gives more detail. It gives that sample request. You need to include the username and password, and you will expect the token in the expiration time and date. Okay, so I will show how to call an API in upcoming session, upcoming demo. In this demo, we just enabling documentation and give some more idea to the user. And also, if you see here, responses, we are saying that it's if the response is 200, then it means success. What will happen if you put wrong username or password? It will be unauthorized. How we can go to know that? So by looking this code, you see this particular endpoint, it will take the username, and it's claim the JWT token, and once the token is received, we will say return okay. Okay mean 200 success. So it will return token and expiration date and time. What will happen if not? It will return unauthorized. Okay, unauthorized mean 401. But as a developer we know, but person who are going to test don't have any idea about this. So we need to give some more idea. So what kind of status can be come? For that, I'm going to add some status description to my controller. Okay, I already have a, so these are the documents, therefore I just already have it my PC and just copy paste it from other project. So authentication token expiration time, and 401 is unauthorized issue. Okay, let's run it. Okay, so here we can see that descriptive details. So if the code is 200, authentication succeeds actually, and if it's 401, credentials are wrong. These are the two expected output we can expect from here. All right, according to our logic, these are the two possible scenarios. Okay, now when a person who look this Swagger UI, they will go to know, okay, this is the purpose of this endpoint, this is a sample request, okay, all good, response, and this is where we can expected output comes like this. So this is give overall idea about our endpoints, and it will help someone to work on our project independently. Okay, so earlier demo we have discussed about um, regarding connecting Swagger UI to our project. In this demo, we have discussed how we can enhance our HTML Swagger UI by adding XML comments to our application. That means to our control, that means endpoint. So make sure you need to enable that by code to our Program.cs that Swaggergen add this option to find the XML path and include our XML comments, and also then obviously we need to add the summary or remarks or status response code or whatever we want. Other details also we can add. If you want, you can learn about what are the XML comments and comments description we can add to our endpoints controllers. Okay, this is what we need to do from the code side. Other than that, for this particular purpose, we should allow our project to document. That means we should check that box. I will show you again. Properties, go to the debug, not release. We have to select the generate XML documentation. Under the XML documentation, we should check this box to generate the XML file. Alright, so that's all from this demo. In upcoming demo, we will look how we can use Swagger UI to test our application. We haven't called any API yet, so we will look how we will see how we can call an endpoints, or how we have to add the request and how to execute the APIs. So by execute the Swagger UI to get the response from API and all. Okay guys, see you all there. Have a nice day.